Since 2012, Frank Ocean has quietly captured the attention of artists and fans alike, giving a new generation a soundtrack to love behind a shroud of mystery. Okay, so, born Christopher Lonnie Breaux on October 28, 1987, Frank Ocean was born in Long Beach, but he grew up in the New Orleans area with his mom and his younger brother, where he listened to her R&B CDs. And he eventually went to the University of New Orleans. But for those of you who were alive at that time, Hurricane Katrina hit the New Orleans area in 2009, so he was forced to move to LA, where he decided to pursue a music career. And he worked as a ghostwriter for people like Beyonce and Justin Bieber, who were both at the height of their popularity at that time, before linking up with Tyler, the Creator, and the rap group Odd Future. That's Tyler, the Creator, if you don't know. And from then on, he performed as features on some of their songs and built up a general buzz for himself. So why should you guys care? He's had big hits like Thinking About You, Slide with Amigos, and Nights, which is kind of a meme now. And he's influenced artists that you may know today like Rex Orange County and Steve Lacy. And I'm credible to talk about Frank Ocean because I've been a fan since I was a middle schooler, since he started this whole group. And I've done a lot of research on this topic. There's not a lot about him out there, but I've researched into it. He only has 2 interviews out on the internet, and they're both used in this slideshow.
Nice.
Okay, so my thesis, by the end of the speech, I'm hoping y'all will know more about Frank Ocean and his creative process, and more about his 2 biggest releases. Okay, so we're gonna start with Channel Orange, and segue into Blonde and Endless, which were his 2nd and 3rd albums. Then I'm gonna go over his singles that he released after. Okay, so Channel Orange. He'd already built up a buzz surrounding Channel Orange because of his first mixtape, Nostalgia Ultra, which featured samples from the Eagles and MGMT. And that caught attention from Kanye West, which eventually led to him featuring on his joint album with Jay-Z, Watch the Throne. For those of you who have heard No Church on the Wild, there's the hook on that song. And as if there wasn't already enough buzz, he, shortly before he released his album, he came out as bisexual in an open letter to his Tumblr followers. And you guys can't read it, but basically he sums up having his first love affair with a man, but also sharing feelings for women later on. And on July 10th, 2012, Channel Orange was released as a digital release at first, but then it saw hard copy release. And it met huge praise and basically took him from 1 to 10, skyrocketed into popularity. And it's known for like a mix of genres, from conscious rap to soul. And the soul part is what I'm going to be highlighting for my first song snippet. It's Pink Matter. I can only play 15 seconds, but hopefully it's good enough so that you guys will check out the entire song. Okay. So after the release in 2012, Frank Ocean kind of went into being a recluse, sort of. He stayed out of the public eye, and that was for almost 4 years before early 2016. He announced via his Tumblr that he was coming out with a magazine called Boys Don't Cry, and he, quote, had 2 versions. And at the time, people thought that the 2 versions meant that he had 2 different magazines. But we were actually wrong. He had 2 different musical projects coming out. And the first one was Endless, which was a stream at first in the beginning of August. Apple Music had like a long-running stream where it was just Frank Ocean in a warehouse building a staircase. But then on August 19th, 2016, he released it as an hour-long sort of music video, each having its own tracks, but they weren't differentiated at all. I remember that happened. That was the Friday after the welcome dance. And then 1 day later, for reasons unknown until I let you guys know, he dropped a music video for his lead single off his third album, Blonde, called Nikes, which had a sort of I've Been Here tone. Like I mentioned, he was out of the public eye for a while, but in the song he references the deaths of Trayvon Martin and ASAP Yams, sort of like a tribute, letting the public know that he's been around and he's been paying attention. And very shortly after that, he came out with the full release of Blonde. And fun fact, that Band-Aid on his finger was a reference to when he got jumped by Chris Brown in 2014 over a parking spot dispute.
Wow.
Blonde itself has over a dozen features, either direct features or like inspirations. He came out with a list on his Tumblr of a list of artists, and some featured Beyonce, the Beatles, Young Lean, for those of you who know who that is, and David Bowie. And it has like a personal tone different from Channel Orange. It tells stories about his love life and his childhood. And I was going to feature a snippet from this album, but I think you guys should go and listen to yourselves, because it's more of a like sit down and listen to the whole thing type of deal. Okay, after that, Frank Ocean did not repeat his past, and he actually, in the next year after, in 2017, he released Chanel, Lens, Provider, Biking, and Moon River, all singles. And Moon River being a cover from Breakfast at Tiffany's, a movie with, I forget the actress name. Anyway, the next song I'm going to be highlighting is a feature from Tyler, the Creator's 2017 album. It's called Mr. Lonely.
Unfortunately, I have to stop you there,
Okay.
Cesar. Sorry.
Fine.
Let's give it up,
Fine.
please.